San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning to you. It's Tuesday, August 29th.
Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining us. And our week started off right because we started with rain.
We did. And we dropped out of the middle 70s this morning. What was our official low temperature so far today, Justin?
It looks like it was 73, which is not bad, honestly, for San Antonio, considering where we've been most of the summer. So you could kind of just feel it. Felt a little bit better out there this morning. And that's thanks due to some dry air that is funneling in behind yesterday's boundary that came through that kicked up the showers and storms. So we're getting some benefits from that. Let me show you the high temperatures today. Now, look, it is still going to be hot, but we are forecasting to be below 100 today. So that's a start. 98, 102 in Del Rio, 102 in Laredo. There still will be some triple digits out there, but as you go north in the state, temperatures fall off. 88 in Amarillo today. And here's the other thing. With the drier air, we probably won't have much of a heat index today. So that 98 that we're forecasting will feel like 98. Now here's the downside to that dry air. It kicks up the fire danger. And we're going to see that spread across the area today with some breezier winds. We did hit 100 yesterday, by the way. In fact, we hit 102 before the rains came. So now we're up to 61 days this year at 100 or above. And we just keep padding our stats here. We're at the top of the list, and we've surpassed 2009 by 2 days. And I think we're going to add to that more triple digits on the way this week. We talk about that. And we have the latest on Hurricane Idalia coming up in just a few minutes. But we're going to toss it over to RJ now. What is going on out there? It's been a busy morning.
Yeah, definitely, Justin. Been a very busy morning for our drivers out there. Tuesday morning here, and we're going to take you to the near northwest side, looking at Loop 410 and Northwest Military, our TransGuide traffic camera. So what you're looking at is traffic. This is eastbound traffic there near Honeysuckle Lane. And we'll show you the maps here just a bit and show you exactly what's going on. And it looks like we now are getting pretty good traffic moving through the area now. But earlier there was definitely shut down, especially on one part of that highway there. As we take a look at our maps and see exactly what we're looking at. We're looking at the eastbound lanes again, Loop 410, Honeysuckle Lane, and this was affecting traffic going from West Avenue back to Jackson Keller, back to Jackson Road, all the way basically to the 410 I-10 interchange. So this is something that we've been following, and as we just saw there from our TransGuide traffic cameras, it looks like now they're finally clearing this out and letting some people through in this area right here. We're going to give you one more quick look at our rotating cameras, and we see here traffic moving along pretty good in other parts of the area. We just saw that one there, 410 and Northwest Military. And earlier today we had 35 southbound. That was shut down near Zarzamora Street. That has been cleared out. So the rest of the area, things looking pretty good right there. 37 at Hackberry, traffic moving along pretty smooth on your Tuesday morning commute. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. The murder trial for Sasha Scar begins this morning. This is connected to the murder of Martel DeRowan, a San Antonio rapper. He was found dead at his apartment at the Towers complex on La Cantera Parkway back in 2021.
After a 2-week search, Scar was found and arrested. Surveillance footage from that apartment complex put Scar at the scene, and you can read a full description on the shooting and Scar's involvement by heading over to our website at KSAT.com. And the trial is expected to begin around 9:30 this morning. You can watch it live every day on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, and our YouTube channel.
Here's today's 9 at 9.
Idalia has strengthened into a hurricane and is expected to intensify into a powerful Category 3 hurricane before making landfall in Florida tomorrow. The storm could deliver a devastating blow to portions of Florida's Gulf Coast with life-threatening storm surge and damaging winds. Right now, it's expected to make landfall north of Tampa in the Big Bend region.
All classes at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill are canceled today after a deadly shooting on campus yesterday. A graduate student is in custody, accused of shooting and killing a faculty member. The victim's name has not been released, and a motive for the shooting is unclear.
The U.S. has seen more mass shootings so far than there are days in a year. Yesterday was the 241st day of 2023 where a mass shooting occurred. The number of gun incidents this year has hit a high not seen since the Gun Violence Archive started keeping track in 2013. A mass shooting is defined as an incident where at least 4 people are killed or injured, not including the shooter.
Despite Donald Trump's attorney's request for delays, a D.C. federal judge has set a March 4th, 2024 trial date in the special counsel's election interference case. That's one day before Super Tuesday, when several states hold presidential primary elections. And in Georgia, a judge is ordering Trump and his 18 co-defendants to appear for arraignment next week on conspiracy and racketeering charges.
For keeping travelers stuck on planes too long, American Airlines has been stuck with a $4.1 million fine. It is the biggest fine ever from the Department of Transportation over tarmac delays between 2018 and 2021. Passengers on more than 40 American Airlines flights were forced to sit on grounded planes for more than 3 hours.
You're paying more now for gas than you have all year. A gallon of regular now hitting a new nationwide average of $3.82, about 60 cents higher than New Year's Day. Contributing to the rise are oil production cuts from both Saudi Arabia and Russia, as well as overdue work on refineries here in the U.S. The average in San Antonio is $3.32, about 4 cents higher than a year ago.
Car buyers may be hitting the off-ramp. S&P Global Mobility says August sales are expected to be strong, but predicts rising prices and interest rates and the threat of an auto workers strike could crimp sales this fall.
Amazon is raising the minimum purchase you need to get free shipping. Some customers who don't have Prime memberships will now have to spend at least $35 to qualify. That's up from the $25 minimum in place since 2017. The new threshold is being tested in certain regions based on zip codes.
DoorDash will now be using AI answering service to take phone orders for restaurants. AI would handle basic takeout and delivery calls. Humans, though, would be available as support. They'd also have more time to handle in-person customers. And that's today's 9 at 9.
In your other morning headlines, a deadly helicopter crash in Florida, and you might have some COVID immunity.
Plus, a new study of brain injuries with revealing information about amateur athletes. And if you plan to vacation in Europe, you now have to apply. David Sears is here to explain all of your morning headlines.
Big change for U.S. travelers.
That's like applying for a credit card or something. You got to apply to get in their countries over there. So we'll talk about that in just a second. But first, let's start with it. A warning, this is graphic video, and that is a rescue helicopter. You can see the tail section is on fire, and it looks like it just melts that tail, and then the helicopter goes into a spin and ends up crashing. That aircraft goes into an apartment complex when it hits the ground. Another look, all happening in Broward County. That's a county sheriff's fire rescue helicopter with 3 souls on board. The chopper went down just north of Fort Lauderdale. You can see the damage done to the apartment building. Sadly, a captain died in the crash. He was a 19-year veteran of the department. There were 2 other people on board. They were taken to a local hospital, and 2 people on the ground also hurt and taken to a local hospital. All 4 listed in fair condition. The FAA and NTSB investigating. All right, you no doubt have heard that the number of COVID cases are on the rise. You might even know someone who was recently infected. But here's some good news. Even though COVID is still considered more dangerous than the flu, your chances of getting COVID are much lower than they used to be because of immunity. According to the CDC, the virus changed our immunity, and nearly all of us have that immunity. The CDC screened blood samples, and they estimated that 97% of Americans have some level of immunity through getting COVID or getting vaccinated. So if your immune system is healthy and working right, it'll remember most forms of COVID that comes our way. Here is the but. You should not take COVID lightly, and you should get vaccinated, according to the CDC. And once again, they tell us that most people will be better off if they wait and get the newly updated COVID-19 vaccines. Hey, just in time for football season, an interesting study of CTE or brain injuries from concussions. The study coming out of Boston University, they analyzed 152 donated brains from athletes under the age of 30 when they died. Of the 152, 63 had developed early signs of CTE. Most of these athletes were amateurs, the youngest a 17-year-old football player. The first female they diagnosed was a 28-year-old who played college soccer. CTE can only be diagnosed with an autopsy. It's associated with repeated shots to the head. It causes memory loss, confusion, impulse control, depression, impaired judgment. The study was published in the JAMA Neurology yesterday. Hey, school's back in session, so summer vacations are over for this year. So what are you going to do next summer? Maybe a trip to Europe? Good thing you're thinking about it early because they have security upgrades that you want to take into consideration. One thing, applying online if you want to go to most European countries. European countries are adding a new layer of security called the European Travel Information and Authorization System. If you are a citizen of a country outside the European Union that doesn't require a visa to enter the EU, now you're going to need a visa waiver to enter the free zone. Countries like Italy, France, Greece, and Switzerland.
The ETIAS is basically being implemented to improve the safety, security, and to strengthen their borders in this visa-free zone. So this will screen travelers who don't require a full visa.
So here it is. You got to apply. You got to be processed. Now, they tell you that when you first apply, most of them just take minutes, but then there are some that are going to finish within 96 hours. However, you may be asked for additional information or even asked to do an interview, so that could take up to 30 days. And that's where this other recommendation comes in. Get your information first, start at least 30 days out, and then get your plane and hotel accommodations just in case something weird happens and you're stuck with an airline ticket you can't use.
Wow, what a process.
So, yeah, it's like I said, it's like applying for a credit card, I guess. I don't know. You went to Europe, you know. How's that work?
The carefree days of just hopping on a plane and going to Europe are over.
Wow.
Yep. All right.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. 9:09, 80 degrees, still ahead on GMSA at 9.
There's some new excitement for the Spurs with reports of a potential new arena. RJ got his hands on some emails and text messages regarding these discussions. He's going to join us again a little later to talk more about what is being said. But first,
their mission is to say thank you to our military community. A look at the care packages being assembled here this morning by Operation Gratitude and volunteers. That story coming up next.
Over the course of 20 years, a nonprofit organization has distributed close to 4 million care packages to military and first responder communities, and they are assembling more today.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the Boeing Center Techport Arena, where Operation Gratitude and dozens of local volunteers are putting together care packages containing carefully chosen items. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning. We have all the items here ready to go. The volunteers are getting prepped this morning, and they're going to be assembling about 4,000 care packages. This morning, we have Vicki with the Operation Gratitude to talk a little bit more about where these packages are going to go to. Good morning, Vicki.
Good morning. How are you?
Great. I love this setup, the beautiful flags in the background, the video playing. Tell us a little bit more first about the organization.
Yes, so Operation Gratitude is a nonprofit that provides care packages for our military and first responders. We are excited to be celebrating 20 years this year of honoring those who are serving our country, and we're closing in on 4 million care packages. We're only able to do that because of the volunteers around the country that show up to help us do this work.
Where are these packages going to go to?
So the packages that we're packing today will go to our newest Air and Space Force graduates right here in San Antonio at Lackland Air Force Base. And that's the beautiful thing about this particular event is the volunteers that are packing here today get to see the work that they're doing benefit those in their local communities.
You've spoken with a lot of people all over the country that receive these packages. What do they tell you?
They're just surprised and just so thankful to know that people care about them. Because the people that are writing the notes that are included in the care packages that are packing here today and at other events across the country, chances are likely they don't know the people that they're packing for, but they're still spending their time to come out and say thank you. And I think that is the biggest takeaway from the recipients is they're just so grateful that people think about them and they appreciate their sacrifice.
And they build that connection with the community.
Absolutely. And connection is so, so important. And for our volunteers, it gives them a way to tangibly say thank you.
Some of these items are really important. Tell me about what we're looking at here.
So there's a couple of different things that we include. Of course, everybody needs snacks in a care package, so the snacks are always loved. But there's also letters written by grateful Americans in every single care packages. And we have volunteers across the country that write those letters. They make paracord bracelets like the one that I'm wearing, and those all go in the care packages. But it's just a nice mix of things to say thank you.
There's still an opportunity to volunteer.
Absolutely. OperationGratitude.com. Look for assemblies in your local area. There's also so many opportunities that you can do from your own home in your own community. So check out our website, OperationGratitude.com.
Amazing. Thank you, Vicki, for joining us. We're going to
you.
hear from volunteers later this morning, and we'll bring you that story coming up on the noon show. We'll send it back to you for now.
We look forward to it. Thank you, Tiffany.
Outside with Live Cam, I'm hearing good things about our weather this morning. Beautiful day over San Antonio International Airport.
Yeah, it was nice outside.
Yeah, we got to find the positives these days. And there was a big one yesterday, the rainfall, and then this morning the drier air brought us some cooler air. Cooler air.
Coolish.
Coolish.
Cooler than normal.
Right. It didn't feel so bad this morning. It is going to be hot this afternoon, but we stay below 100. So there's another positive for you. I want to show you the rainfall from yesterday. The numbers weren't huge, but they were there, and we had some showers and storms come through around 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, at least here in San Antonio. Bandera picked up about half an inch of rain. Los Maples, 0.9 or close to it. Del Rio, 0.03 of an inch, over an inch. In Hondo, Medina Lakes, and Medina County, one of the big winners yesterday with the rainfall. And then here around San Antonio, about 1/4 of an inch over towards Helotes. Same story, Chavano Park, 1/10 of an inch, Atkins. The numbers fell off a little bit there towards Stinson. But it did cool us down some yesterday, too. We peaked at 102 before that rain came through yesterday. So could we see any more rain today? I don't think so. We've got some stable air in place today, so I don't think we're going to see a lot. But as we get into tomorrow, now the little disturbance works in. The air is still going to be fairly dry, but I think we could see a few showers and storms develop maybe around 3 o'clock tomorrow. So we put in a 10% chance of rain, but maybe you get one of those downpours tomorrow afternoon. We do need to mention that, and then everything would die down. After that, rainfall isn't looking so great. Rain chances fall off for the rest of the week. High temperatures today, 98. That's what we're forecasting. You don't see a lot of triple digits on this map. There will be some. Floresville, Kennedy, Pleasanton perhaps, but a lot of places will stay in the 90s today, and it's going to be more of a dry heat with humidity levels down a little bit. 82 right now. Heat index is still there at 85. Northerly winds at about 6 miles per hour. We'll have to watch these winds with some gustier winds this afternoon. Combine that with humidity levels that will come down. So dew points are in the 60s right now. That's still in the muggy territory. But I think as we get into the afternoon, you'll see these drop more into the comfortable territory with dew points in the 60s, perhaps upper 50s. You got the dry air, and then I just mentioned the winds that will pick up some out of the north and northeast. You combine those two things and you have a fire danger. Despite the fact we got rain yesterday, there still is a fire danger for most of the areas. So this orange color represents a high risk for fires, and then you get into that darker orange that represents a very high risk. So you're talking hill country here east of Austin, and then a spot out there near Rock Springs and Sonora. Bottom line, we got to be careful still to this day, even with the rain we've received recently, of these grass fires that can start and spread pretty easily. As we look at the big picture here, you'll notice there's not a lot going on across Texas. Some showers there in Mexico, but look at that. We're starting to see Idalia show up here on our radar as she is picking up steam and strengthening. Now a hurricane, and winds have jumped up to 80 miles per hour. By the way, we have Franklin out here too, which is a very picturesque hurricane, thankfully not affecting any land as it'll start to move into colder waters. But we're going to focus on Idalia here, and you see some thunderstorms developing right near the center. I think this system's going to develop an eye here pretty soon, and we think this could be a major hurricane before it makes landfall. Right now, winds are at 80 miles per hour, gusting to 90. A Category 3 hurricane potentially when it makes landfall in the coastal bend of Florida. So we're talking between Gainesville and Tallahassee here, and this would be tomorrow morning before it moves back out over the Atlantic, crosses over Florida and Georgia, and then kind of meanders out here this weekend. Hurricane warnings have been posted for the coastal bend of Florida, tropical storm warnings for the eastern half of the state. Winds can be 80 to 100 miles per hour at landfall, gusting to 130. Storm surge can be 8 to 12 feet. So big problems here in Florida. We're not feeling any of that. Temperatures will just be warm throughout the rest of the work week and into the weekend and into Labor Day. I wish I had better news on the extended forecast front, but we don't.
Okay, you get a pass because of yesterday.
Well, thank you.
You also get a pass. We didn't get to serenade you yesterday. Happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you very much.
Happy
You're
belated.
welcome. We can sing later if you'd like.
It's all right. But I do appreciate the offer.
You're welcome. Steph is fantastic, by the way. Well, didn't you used to sing opera?
No.
Oh, 920, 83 degrees.
All right, coming up next, we take a look at what borrowers should expect after signs that interest rates might not be going down anytime soon.
You were a soprano or something.
No.
Okay. All eyes on Wall Street this week following a much anticipated speech by Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, who's hinting he is still willing to hike interest rates again.
CNN's Jen Sullivan takes a closer look at what this means for borrowers.
A Goldilocks speech from the Fed, making Wall Street and consumers a little nervous. On Friday at an economic summit in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said more rate hikes are still on the table.
We are attentive to signs that the economy may not be cooling as expected.
A hike in interest rates means higher borrowing costs for consumers with credit cards, home, car, and personal loans. This comes as mortgage rates are already sitting at a 22-year high. Experts say if you're looking to make a major purchase like a home or a car, either delay it or brace for higher costs. And expect stricter requirements when it comes to applying for a loan.
Bank lending standards have tightened and loan growth has slowed sharply.
The Fed's forecast follows several batches of data showing inflation is cooling. But the Fed isn't ruling out more aggressive action to bring down the pace of price increases.
2 months of good data are only the beginning of what it will take to build confidence that inflation is moving down sustainably toward our goal.
Powell says the Fed's target inflation rate is still 2%, as it aims to slow the increases in prices and cool down the overheated economy. But one prominent economist says the U.S. economy is stable and says the Fed can stop raising interest rates.
People are betting that the economy is pretty resilient, and if it starts to show signs that it isn't, expect those rates to come down.
This week, as investors soak in the Fed's message, there's concern it could send stocks plunging amid concerns continued rate hikes could tip the economy. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
And the next Fed meeting is scheduled for next month with an announcement on potential interest rate hikes expected to follow.
Just about 9:26, 83 degrees. There's more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including the big matchup between Johnson and O'Connor. We're going to hear from each of the teams as they get ready for this Friday's game.
And plus, we'll speak with RJ, who has some things to share about the Spurs' potential new downtown arena.
Look out there with live cam. Yay, it's pretty right now. Not too bad. In the 80s. We started off in the 70s, which is just wonderful. And not really supposed to hit the triple digits later this afternoon. So we'll take all of this good news for now.
That's the idea. I mean, we're forecasting 98. We're going to get close in some spots, but hopefully we stay below that mark. Still, when we look at the records, this is going to go down as the hottest month we've ever seen here in San Antonio, most likely. Obviously, we have a couple days left. And we're likely going to see the hottest summer we've ever seen on record, beating out last year, which is pretty incredible. Let me walk you through the forecast for today. Mostly sunny today, 92 noontime. We'll be up around 98 this afternoon, mostly sunny with not much of a rain chance today. Not much of a heat index either. Again, the air is just a little bit drier, and that helps us out some. We'll see temperatures be pretty comfortable as we get into tomorrow morning as well. Here's some of the weather headlines. Yes, the hottest summer on record, entirely possible. Idalia, we showed you that first half hour, but we'll take another look as we're getting updates pretty quickly here. Idalia is starting to pick up steam, and it is headed towards Florida. Could we see any more rain this week? Could we add to Monday's totals? Not looking great, but we do have a small chance coming up tomorrow. And we're going to check in on ERCOT because it looks like we're going to cut it close again today with the energy grid. More on that in just a bit, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Checking TransGuide right now, see how things are looking out there. And we've still got this problem. This is northbound 35 Topperwine area. Hero truck is out there right now. This is stacking quite a bit, but it does start to ease up once you get past the incident itself. There you see the exit for 1604. So in that general area, again, slow going northbound 35, Judson Road, Topperwine area. The proposed city budget for 2024 has many layers, if you will, and one of the issues the city plans to tackle is homelessness. If the budget is approved, the city will set aside funds for an additional 200 encampment sweeps next fiscal year compared to this year. The president of Christian Assistance Ministries, which helps with homeless outreach, says she's fine with the extra encampment sweeps because communication from the city has gotten better over the last few years, allowing them to give their clients a heads up before a sweep is made.
If that's all that San Antonio was doing was cleaning out encampments and running people off, then I wouldn't say it was a good idea. Our city budget's getting ready to approve some new housing, some new beds for clients, some low barrier places for people to go.
City staff have been hosting a series of town hall meetings to discuss the proposed budget. Next one will be today at City Council chambers. There'll be another one coming up on September 7th. Council is expected to vote on a final version of the budget by September 14th.
And there's some new energy and excitement for the Spurs with the addition of Victor Wembanyama. And with that, reports about the potential for a new arena.
It's a big deal. In July, we reported the Spurs are considering a move from the AT&T Center on the east side to the downtown area, closer to the central business district. Now we have emails and texts that show Spurs and city officials have already had a handful of conversations and meetings surrounding plans for the franchise.
And RJ Marquez is back to discuss all of that. And let's start with what stood out from all of those emails.
Yeah, guys. So we requested and got hundreds of emails from the Spurs, and this was over more than a year's worth of time that we got these emails. So I think the biggest thing that stood out was that there is now confirmation that the Spurs and city officials like Eric Walsh, Mayor Ron Nirenberg have had these conversations. You remember from that earlier report, that was something that was sourced by our City Hall reporter, Garrett Berger. So now we know, based on some emails and also text messages from the Spurs to the city, that they have had a few sit downs. And of course, the emails didn't share any idea of what was discussed, but at least we know that that has been confirmed, and Eric Walsh did confirm that in our Q&A last night as well.
RJ, give us a bit of a timeline. When did these conversations start? Yeah,
Mark, so this all kind of goes back to a pretty big night, the historic night there for the Alamo Dome and for the Spurs. You remember, of course, they had their return to the Dome game. That was on January 13th. That night, Spurs executive Bobby Perez texted city manager Eric Walsh to say that, basically thanking him for the city's support, putting that evening together. Then 5 days later, there was another text there that basically said we need to discuss the next steps here, and RE, quote, downtown. So that was kind of a big indication as to where they were. But it seemed like if that evening there, with all those fans there, a record attendance was really kind of the lightning rod and really kind of sparked sort of an ongoing series of conversations. There was a meeting on April 11th between the city and the Spurs at the AT&T Center, and then one later on May 24th as well.
And on those emails, did any of them say anything about the entertainment district with the Missions?
Yeah, so a lot of reporting there with the Missions being part of this, what's supposed to be maybe an entertainment district there. Surprisingly, no mention of the Missions here. Now, there are some emails there that are from some of the owners of the new ownership group from the Missions. That's something that I'll kind of look into a little bit more as the week progresses. But nothing with the Spurs and Missions together. And this is something that I've heard from the Spurs side of things right now, is that they're evaluating things on their end, but right now they have not had any sort of sit-down conversations with the Missions and the city, as well as far as this entertainment district is concerned. And based on the emails and texts, I didn't see anything on there that included the Missions. Now, the Missions, of course, they know that they have to do something about their stadium situation, so we'll see how that progresses down the line here.
Now, RJ, I know we have a million questions still, but what's next in this process as far as we know?
Yeah, that's interesting. I think that we're going to continue to see some conversations there. Now, Eric Walsh said yesterday during our Q&A that right now their focus is on the Alamo Dome, on Civic Park there at the Hemisphere Arena, and also the Convention Center. So I think that whatever we see with the Dome happen here down the line, that may include the Spurs, maybe not. But as far as the Spurs are concerned, right now they're evaluating several options, is what I'm kind of hearing. That includes, maybe even renovations at the AT&T Center, soon to be Frost Bank Center. And, right now there's just very preliminary, very exploratory talks about potential site. But again, guys, the lease there at the AT&T Center, that does not expire till 2032. There's no indication that the Spurs will leave that building before then. And so that's something to kind of continue to watch. It's going to take some time to get some new arena built, if that is the case.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, it would be surprised no one that they would start talking this soon, considering the lease runs that long.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
For a
And,
civic project this size would take that amount of time to plan, excavation, etc.
Yeah, and one thing also, guys, that I mentioned during our 6 o'clock hour was that I found it interesting that these conversations were being had even before the Spurs won the lottery. So obviously the arrival of Victor Wembanyama, that changes a lot of things. Spurs are doing pretty well in season ticket sales right now. Obviously there's going to be a lot of new energy, new excitement in the building for Victor Wembanyama, and hopefully the return of playoff contention, championship contention. So this is going to be a very hot topic, hot button-ish things right now that we're going to see down the line here.
I have one final question real quick. To your knowledge, do we know if the county is involved in any of these initial conversations, because they run the AT&T Center?
Right. So
they own the property.
Yeah, good question, Mark. So I did also request emails from the county and text messages. Nothing from their end that I received back that showed that they were kind of in any sort of discussions with the Spurs right now about the future. In my discussions with county officials and some commissioners, they said that basically the goal is to keep the Spurs in San Antonio proper. Now, whether that means that they stay
at the AT&T.
Yeah, AT&T, soon to be Frost Bank Center.
Yeah.
Right, that's true.
Yeah,
I learned that.
Yeah, we keep saying that.
That remains to be seen, but they want the Spurs to stay in San Antonio proper. So there's going to be a lot of discussions moving forward, and we know that the rodeo is kind of, they've chimed in saying that they're going to stay there no matter what happens. So yeah, a lot of moving parts here, and we will see what happens. It's going to be very interesting.
That's what I was wondering about. I mean, I know it's a long ways off, but what would happen to the, now Frost
Bank Center.
Frost Bank Center, with the venues, still get concerts, or I guess that's something that's
it's still going to be, again, the Spurs 2032, I don't see any reason or any indication that they're going to break that lease, but by then, that building will be 30 years old. Now, remember, the Alamo Dome just celebrated 30 years, and people generally think that it's an older building now, that it's outdated. So just kind of think ahead to the next 8 years, and that arena there may not be sort of kind of up to what we see now in the current day, with NBA.
All right, as you said, lots of moving parts, some very expensive moving parts.
Yes.
That too.
RJ, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Right now, we're at 9:38, 83 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
And still to come, we'll look at this week's big game in our big game coverage. The Johnson Jaguars taking on the O'Connor Panthers Friday night. We stopped by both teams' practices to see how they're feeling about this big matchup.
Plus, we've been talking on and off about Hurricane Idalia, and our local Red Cross getting ready to jump in and help in case there's a need in Florida. After the break, Courtney Friedman gives us a behind-the-scenes look at how they are preparing.
Look at our lovely flamingos out at the San Antonio Zoo, basking in the sun, but it's not as hot as it has been, so they're having a great old time. And today is really a great day to go to the zoo with these temperatures. We'll be right back.
Just about 9:43, the goal of the Red Cross to be ready at a moment's notice. That's what volunteers are training for right now.
And with Hurricane Idalia heading toward Florida and hurricane season about to hit its peak, they're getting ready to be deployed. Our Courtney Friedman got a behind-the-scenes look at those preparations.
Checking out supplies, brushing up on training, readying the pallets. San Antonio's Red Cross volunteers are ready for the next big hurricane.
Understand that if they need to clear their schedule to be able to be deployed, they're ready to go.
Dr. Jeremy Roberts is the chairman of the board for the Greater San Antonio and South Texas Red Cross. He says hurricane training is essentially year-round, and it won't be long until preparation becomes reality.
The way the plans are laid out, it's all in place. All we have to do is get there.
Eulani McKnight has been a San Antonio Red Cross volunteer for over a year now and is preparing to cover her first hurricane. She's training in the feeding truck.
We already have the food packaged and ready to go. We have chips, we have water, we have coffee.
So as soon as a hurricane hits, they have supplies in the warehouse that they load up onto this truck and they hit the road.
We have a set time. If the storm is 196 hours out, we start executing our plan. We start making calls to volunteers and getting them committed to deploy.
Skip Cordes is the Alamo Territory Disaster Program Manager and has 18 Red Cross deployments under his belt. He says most volunteers will deploy to hurricane scenes, but some stay in San Antonio.
And all roads on the coast lead to San Antonio. So those people come up here and we shelter them here.
He started getting local shelter commitments back in May.
San Antonio is committed to sheltering 2,500 people. Just had a meeting with Comal County. They're up to 2,000 people they can house.
Now all eyes are on the radar, and once the call comes in, these volunteers are ready to drop everything and get to work. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
It's good to make those preps now.
Yeah, Idalia is going to be a big one, and I think it's going to cause some issues there along the coast of Florida. The only good news, and I'll show you the track here in just a second, is that it's going to hit more of an unpopulated area, whereas Ian, you remember, hit just south of Tampa, where there's quite a few people. Still, it's going to cause some issues, and we'll show you the track with Idalia in just a second. That's what they're preparing for there at the Red Cross. We start, though, with ERCOT, and we have to mention this because it's going to be another close call today. Kind of hard to believe that we're in this situation, but it looks like there is a small period, maybe after 7 o'clock. So this is for 7 p.m. today. We still have enough supply for demand, but just after that, around 8 o'clock, it shows more demand than supply, which is never a good thing. So ERCOT could put out a plea for folks to do some conservation a little bit later this afternoon. Keep your eye out for that. Tomorrow, another close call. Supply and demand are right there together. And Thursday, we got a little bit more of a margin, but it's not until Friday that it shows that we'll be doing much, much better. So just a heads up. But what a month it has been. I mean, almost every day has been above 100, minus the 22nd, where we got some rain, of course, from Tropical Storm Harold. And then on the 23rd, it was 98. Today, we're forecasting 98. So there's going to be a few days mixed in there below 100, but every other day, 100 plus. And there's some days where we're talking 106. Total 61 100-degree days so far this summer, and we are 5.5 degrees above average this month, which doesn't sound like a huge number, but when you're talking averages, that is. It could be the hottest, probably will be the hottest month on record for San Antonio, any month. And then as you're looking at the hottest summer on record, so we take June, July, and August, put them together, the average is 88.7. Obviously, we still have a couple days left, but it looks like we're going to have the hottest summer on record, in the record books, which is pretty incredible considering we beat out last year, just above that. So what a summer, what a couple of years it has been with this drought. And I wish I could tell you there's some rain in the forecast this week, but there's really not. We have a small chance coming up tomorrow. 82 right now in San Antonio. Heat index is at 85. New Braunfels 85, feels like 89. So we are starting to warm up. And yes, there still is a heat index for now. But notice the wind. It's out of the north-northeast. It's a drier wind for us. It should usher in some drier air, slightly drier air. And that will keep heat indices from getting out of control a little bit later today. Yes, right now we do have a heat index. Feels like 89, as I said, in New Braunfels. Feels like 86 in Bulverde. Feels like 86 in Rio Medina. So a little sticky at the moment. KSAT 12-hour forecast, noontime, 92. We make it up to 98 this afternoon with mostly sunny skies and that northeasterly wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. With the drier air and with those gusty winds, we do have a bit of a fire threat and still, even with yesterday's rainfall. So nothing today. The computer models don't show anything. But as we get into tomorrow, there's a weak disturbance that comes in. Even with the drier air in place, I still think we can get a few showers tomorrow afternoon. 10 to 20% chance of a very brief downpour through about 3 to 7 p.m. That's the window we'll be looking at, and then everything would die down. And honestly, that's probably our only chance of rain in the extended forecast. Now let's talk Idalia. There it is, looking better and better. We're getting some thunderstorms right over the center of circulation. Still looks like it's sheared a little bit, but it's getting more symmetrical. And we think this rapidly intensifies. Keep in mind, we got really warm water out ahead of this as we go throughout the course of today. 80 mile per hour winds, gusts are 90 miles per hour. It's moving north at 14 miles per hour. And this should be a major hurricane, category 3 hurricane, when it makes landfall tomorrow morning. So we're thinking sometime around 7, 8 a.m., somewhere between Tallahassee and Gainesville. Again, this is kind of a rather unpopulated area, but it's still going to do some damage. And then this thing comes back out over the Atlantic, and from there it may just kind of, meander around. We'll see where it goes. But the big story will be right here along the coast of Florida, where there are hurricane warnings posted, tropical storm warnings for the eastern half of the state. Winds can be 80 to 100 miles per hour, gusts to 130. Storm surge anywhere from 8 to 12 feet. That is life-threatening storm surge. So folks there are being asked to evacuate as they should be, and we'll be watching that tomorrow morning very closely as it makes landfall. 100 tomorrow, 102 Thursday, 102 Friday, triple digits over the weekend still. Labor Day, around 100, so we're just going to keep adding to that 100-degree day number. We've already got the record, but, as I said, we might as well pad our stats. Why not?
Looks like we're headed that way.
Here we are.
Thank you, Justin.
Let's take a look at some sports. The big game at our big game coverage this week will feature the O'Connor Panthers versus the Johnson Jaguars at Comalander Stadium. Johnson ranked number 3 in 12's top 12 Class 6A, 5A rankings. They edged out the Judson Rockets in week 1, 24-21, thanks to a last-second field goal. Johnson star quarterback Ty Hawkins had 3 rushing touchdowns and 265 yards total offense to lead the way, but the Jags were not perfect, and now it's all about them getting better going to 1-0 into this week.
It's good. We made some mistakes, but it's always next week. It's always, can we go 1-0 again the next week? That's what we're worried about.
We expect us to get another dub this week. We've been putting a lot of work in with the O-line and the skills players and trying to get our team better for next week and weeks further on.
It was really important just learning from the good, the bad, the indifferent, but confidence for our guys and understanding that it was good. But now next week, it's a new week. This week we have O'Connor Panthers, and we're getting ready for O'Connor this week.
Speaking of, Panthers getting in a light workout yesterday afternoon. Their week is a little different because they played late Saturday night to close out the KSAT Big Classic triple header at the Dome. Panthers lost to Brandeis 45-35 in what was a fantastic football game. Quarterback Ryder Dorn accounted for 3 touchdowns and 340 yards total offense. O'Connor didn't get the result they wanted, but they learned a lot and feel pretty good as they get ready for Johnson this week.
Short turnaround, coming back, bouncing back from a tough loss, but I think we performed well. We showed that we can compete at that high level, and so to come back and play such a good team like Johnson, it's a really good testament of who we are.
It was a learning experience. I mean, we played against a really good caliber team, and they're definitely going to be in the playoff contention. So I feel like we fared pretty well against them, and it was a really good learning experience for our football team.
The biggest thing we're the proudest about is our kids never gave up. They played their guts out. Both teams did. It was a battle to the end, and so that in itself being the first game, that's encouraging.
O'Connor and Johnson will play Friday night, 7 o'clock at Comalander Stadium.
And time now is 9:52 and 85 degrees for now.
We'll be right back. Coming up tomorrow on GMSA at 9, to have the best chance to live longer and have a healthier life, most researchers say exercise, eat well, and get enough sleep. But there are some harmful behaviors that may increase your risk for disease and premature aging.
Tomorrow we'll be speaking with a health expert about what to avoid putting into our bodies and how sleep and exercise change as we get older. Plus, if anti-aging medications really do help slow down the aging process.
So tune in for that and much, much more tomorrow on GMSA at 9.
I think I know what they're going to say, and I think that I know I'm not going to like it.
Yeah, same here on the morning crew.
Yeah,
it's something we all face.
98 degrees today, 100 coming up tomorrow. Small chance of a shower or storm, and then we'll have more triple digits coming up the rest of the work week and into the weekend and for Labor Day as well.
All right, time to find that shade again.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.